Welcome to the 2019 Football Officials Video Training Series. We're studying the National Federation of High School Rules and five-man mechanics. Technical assistance provided by Dax Hill and Greg Downham. Our video producer is Matt Bivens. Executive producer is Walt Coleman. I'm your host, Todd Allen. This video is a copyright production of the Arkansas Association of High School Officials. Visit our website at aahso.com. The Arkansas Association of High School Officials. We're helping good officials get better. Hello, hope you had a great summer. Ready to get into some football rule changes. 2019 NFHS rule changes to be exact. We'll hit all the highlights. We'll dive deep into some of this stuff, but others will just kind of pass by. Let's start with the postseason instant replay. This is a change to Rule 1.3.7 and Table 1.7-1.3.7. Note, by adoption, state associations may create instant replay procedures that permit game or replay officials to use a replay monitor during state postseason contests to determine if a decision by the on-field game officials is incorrect. So, lots of leeway there for the state to do what they're going to do postseason. So it's not exclusive to championship games, but would imagine that's going to be where we'll see most of this. But anyway, so we'll wait and see what the states come out with and go from there. Football jersey numbers, a change to Rule 1.5.1c, and the entire body of the number, the continuous horizontal bars and vertical strokes, exclusive of any borders, shall be approximately 1.5 inches wide. No impact on the way we officiate the game. This is more administrative stuff. Some more pictures of jerseys there for you to take a look at in your free time. Let's go into formations. This is a good rule change. 2.14.1, 7.2.5a. A scrimmage formation requires a minimum of 5A players legally on their line and no more than 4 players behind their line of scrimmage at the snap. This formation would be a foul at the snap. Got too many people in the backfield. And really, the rationale for this change just makes it easier to identify illegal formations. In the old rule, we could have 10 players on the field, and because we didn't have enough players on the line of scrimmage, this would be a foul. But this eliminates that. There's no advantage to playing with 10 players as long as you don't have more eligible receivers than the defense can account for. So I like this change. Let's look at the play clock in 2.35, 3.6.1, 3.6.2a, 7.2.1. This is just the building of the 40-25 second play clock rule. This defines when a 25-second clock would be appropriate. It begins before a try, following a score to start a period or an overtime series, following administration of an inadvertent whistle, following a charged timeout, and following an official's timeout. So this is the mechanics of when you have a 25-second clock. Now, the next slide shows us when you have the mechanics for a 40-second play clock. And you can see the rule references there, 2.35, 3.6.1, 3.6.2a, 7.2.1. The play clock set to 40 and is started immediately when a running play ends, Team A gains a first down, or after an incomplete pass. Runner goes out of bounds in play pick A. The play clock is set to 40 and it's started immediately. In B, the ball is marked ready for play when the umpire sets the ball and walks away to his position. That is in play pick C. We're going to come out with an entire video on the 25 and 40-second play clock. We put one out several years ago that we did with Colorado. You may have gotten a chance to see that. But we're going to do a brand new one, and this will cover all of these mechanics. And we'll actually go into some video plays, so be looking for that. A change to tripping in Rule 2.45, which is the definition, 9.4.30, 9.4.30, the penalty. The foul for tripping has been expanded and now includes the runner. It's now illegal to trip any opponent. Tripping is an intentional use of the lower leg of the foot to obstruct an opponent below the knee, and this penalty is 15 yards. Hey, here's another nice change. We've made illegally kicking and batting the ball in 6.2.1 and the penalty in 9.7. Basically, we're going from 15 yards to 10 yards. We take this out of the major foul category, and that's a good change. I don't know that this is going to really change the way we've officiated this play because we've been pretty consistent with this. The act of how the runner is pulled to the ground is what makes the play dangerous, not where he does it. But 9.4.3K just expands where we can call a horse collar foul by rule. The nameplate area, which is directly below the back collar, it's been added to the criteria for an illegal horse collar tackle. It is a foul to grab the inside back nameplate area or side collar of either the shoulder pads or the jersey of the runner and subsequently pull backwards or sideways that opponent to the ground, even if possession is lost. The horse collar tackle is enforced as a live ball foul. Good change, and to be consistent, like I said, when we pull from the nameplate, all the characteristics of that nasty jerking of the body and the real high risk for injury are there. So this cleans that rule up and expands, makes it easier for us to be more consistent. But I think this is the way we've been officiating this for a couple of years. Editorial change: Team R may choose penalty enforcement from the succeeding spot for a foul other than kick-catch interference that occurs from the start of a kick down until the kick ends. I like this. This is what you're seeing on Sunday and Saturday if you're watching that big league ball. So this is a really good rule change. Let's talk about one example without getting too complicated. I don't want to drag this out to 45 minutes. But under the old rule, let's say we have a kickoff. K kicks the ball. R receives it at the 20 and runs to the 30 where he's tackled. During the kick, a K player grabs a R blocker by the face mask and pulls him to the ground. Now, under the old rule, the only thing we could do is decline the foul if we're the receiving team and take the ball at the 30, or make them re-kick from, so they back up from the 40, so they go to the 25 and re-kick it, which we might want to do in this situation. But under this new rule, we can take this run back to the 30 and tack on 45 yards and take the ball at the 45-yard line. 30 plus 15, 45. So this is a good rule change. Gives the receiving team some options to take more penalties by the kicking team without having to go through all of the kicks again. We know these are dangerous plays, and I think they make the coaches nervous too. So good rule change. Let's get right into the point of emphasis. Proper procedures for weather delays, critically important, and the free blocking zone and legal blocking continue to be important points of emphasis for us this year. We'll go over real quick the procedure for weather delays. In this play pick A, the game is suspended with 4 minutes left in the second period due to lightning. In play pick B, after 30-minute delay, game resumes and reaches halftime intermission. Halftime intermission is still required to be at least 10 minutes in length. Let's review the free blocking zone and legal blocking. The free blocking zone is basically just a rectangular area that extends laterally 4 yards either side of the spot of the snap and 3 yards behind each line of scrimmage. A player is in the free blocking zone when any part of his body is in the zone at the snap. In Mechanogram A, lineman A4 was inside the free blocking zone at the snap. In B, blitzing linebacker B5 was not in the free blocking zone at the snap and was not a lineman. When A4 blocks B5 below the waist, this is a foul. Remember, it requires both players be in the zone at the snap. Let's take a look at these two diagrams real quick. You see in A on the left that the team's in shotgun formation. And look at the position of A3. And in B, he's going to block B5 below the waist. Now, both players, A3 and B5 at the snap, are outside the free blocking zone. And this block occurs outside the blocking zone, and it's below the waist. So pretty simple. This is a foul. It doesn't meet any of the criteria. Although it does appear the ball is still in the zone, both players were out of the zone at the snap, and this block occurs outside the zone. Clearly a foul. Let's take a look at this one. Don't you wish they were all this easy? Shotgun formation again, A3, not in the zone, free blocking zone at the snap. And although B1 was in the free blocking zone, he comes out and is blocked below the waist. Doesn't matter where B1 is in this diagram at all because A3 starts outside the zone, so he cannot block any player below the waist at any time during the down. This one also is a foul. So in Mechanogram A, A3 takes a backward pass on a toss sweep with A10, the lead blocker. In B, here we see that defender B4 blocks A10 below the waist to free up other defenders. This is a foul because obviously the ball's out of the zone, the players are out of the zone, there's nothing in the zone at all. Doesn't matter whether you're offense or defense, cannot block below the waist here. This is the defender cutting the lead blocker below the waist, one of them big old burly linemen. And so this is a foul. Just as for the offense, both players have to be in the zone and the ball has to be in the zone for any player to block below the waist. Let's wrap this up with some 2019 NFHS football rules reminders. With less than 2 minutes left in the half and the game clock running, a false start, like in A, The offended team may choose to start the game clock on the snap. And you see over here we got the referee talking to the coach. Guys, that's probably not necessary. It should be very obvious to you what they're going to do. Cover this, referees, with the coaches in the pregame. Say, Coach, if you're up by 3 touchdowns, I'm not going to extend the game anyway at any time, no matter what, if you have the option. Same thing if you're down the score and I have a chance to extend the game, I'm going to extend it. If I do something wrong, call a timeout. Tell me to reverse it. I'll give you the timeout back. We want to keep the game moving. We don't want to have unnecessary conferences with coaches. And this is important for you sideline guys to know what's going on. Know the rules. Know what options the team have. You can, if there's any question at all, your head linesman, line judge should be in the ear of that coach, getting a decision from him and relaying that to the referee. So when we have a breakdown and we have to have the referee come all the way over and talk to the coach, delays the game, it's unnecessary, and it looks bad. Be professional. Sideline guys, it's up to you. Know what's going on in the game. 7.1.6, after the ready for play signal and after the snapper's in contact with the ball, it is encroachment if a defensive player contacts the ball or the snapper's arms or hands until the snap is completed. That means the ball is completely out of his hand. So review that rule. Looks like we covered up the rule reference in Rule 2, which is the definition of a snap. A reminder about pass interference, 7.5.10. This didn't change the game or how we officiated it. We haven't been calling this face guarding foul for, I may have seen it once in my career and in a game that I was evaluating, and of course it was wrong. So face guarding no longer even in the rule book, and very, very seldom, if ever, used pass interference call. That's it for the 2019 rule change, points of emphasis, and rule reviews. Hope you picked something up from this video. Pretty important as we get into the start of the season here that you think about hydration, not just for the players, although that's critically important, but hydration for yourself. It can't start 2 hours before the kickoff. You need to start your hydration the day before the game. Get yourself hydrated. Then during the course of the game, especially when we have extreme heat or humidity, like Arkansas is known for, make sure that you are hydrating the players. Don't interrupt big momentum plays, big momentum drives to hydrate, but at obvious intervals where it's okay to stop the game, hydrate these players. Nothing more important than the safety of our student athletes, so be sure you're cut in to what's going on in the game. Be looking for signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion, players who don't seem right. Stop the game, even if the coaches don't. Let's get these players out of the game. Again, can't emphasize enough how important it is as stewards of the game that we protect our student athletes from even the possibility of a heat-related injury. Here's my email address, toddallen65@mac.com. If I can do anything to help you or your crew, if you need some resources that you haven't gotten from this video about the rule changes or anything as we go through the year, especially if you get one of those crazy plays that you think, hey, I could help other people get better if I showed them this play. It's tough to put ourselves on the screen. Our video quality's not great. We're probably not going to know who you are, but it's still tough to turn in a play that we know there was a mistake made or the potential for a mistake made, and then let us pick it apart on video and share it with people all over the world. But, it's incredibly important to what we're trying to do that we're helping other officials get better. We're the Arkansas Association of High School Officials, helping good officials get better.